A late-night fight in a New Hampshire diner leads to assault charges for one off-duty officer. Tonight on Rational Lunatic Television, brought to you, of course, by Rational Lunatic himself. Before we get started, as always, if you're on TikTok and this video happens to pass 10 minutes, jump over to YouTube. You can always catch the full content there. You can also go to Patreon and catch all my content there, as well as my Not Safe for Life content. That's only for members only, $5 a month, and it's stories that you kind of have to want to know. I think you should want to know, but if you do go to my members site, just be prepared to get angry sometimes, because these cops and officials do some really heinous acts in those stories. But with that all being said, please hit that like, subscribe button, ding that little notification bell so you can get notified every time I drop another video, and let's get into this one. My eyes adjust. Okay. This report is coming from Portland Press Herald. Read to you by yours truly, of course. Alright. A New Hampshire diner fight leads to charges against a former police officer from Maine. Portsmouth, New Hampshire. A late-night fight at a New Hampshire diner has led to an assault charge against a former police officer and arrest warrants for two others, authorities said. Aaron Goodwin, age 45, of Elliott, Maine, turned himself in on Friday to the New Hampshire State Police, the police said in a news release. The charges stem from a confrontation at a diner in Portsmouth on the night of November 22nd, State Police said. When Portsmouth police officers arrived, they encountered several people, including Goodwin. They contacted State Police after Goodwin was identified as a former Portsmouth police officer. The release said it did not provide any details about what exactly happened. The New Hampshire BIPOC, Black, Indigenous, and People of Color Coalition, said Friday that it viewed the incident, quote, as an unprovoked racist attack on a black New Hampshire resident, and by extension as an attack on all people and communities of color. Quote, we are pleased that today's arrest has dispelled any doubts that the delay in prosecution cast about the severity of attack, the coalition said in a statement. Goodwin told Seacoast Online that the victim pursued his sister-in-law, quote, and I perceived him as a threat after he put his tray of food on the ground and got in her face. Quote, I pulled him away from her, he said. There was nothing more. The entire incident is on surveillance. After a 4-month-long investigation, I'm not being charged with anything race-related. Arrest warrants also have been issued for Kevin Goodwin, age 42, and Shannon Goodwin, age 37, of Dundalk, Maryland. Kevin Goodwin faces a simple assault charge, and Shannon Goodwin faces 3 counts of simple assault, State Police said. No telephone listings could be located for them to seek comment. Police did not say how Aaron, Kevin, and Shannon Goodwin are related. They all have the same last name, so they must be, right? Aaron Goodwin was fired from the Portsmouth Police Department in 2015 after a judge-led panel led a panel investigating a $2.7 million inheritance dispute determined that he breached the police department's code of ethics and duty manual. The panel concluded that Goodwin should have refused an elderly woman's offer to leave him her estate and should have notified supervisors of the offer. So, apparently, a woman looked up to this officer, was getting ready to, pass on, and offered to leave him her estate of, what was it, $2.7 million, is that what it said? $2.7 million, and he didn't notify, law enforcement. Like, I can't accept that, man. That's way too much. That would be hard. That would be a hard one, though, honestly. Okay, where was it? Alright. A judge stripped Goodwin of the inheritance, saying the officer was, quote, self-serving when he befriended the woman who was in her 90s and had dementia. Oh, okay. So he groomed her and coerced her. And she had dementia. We don't know. He could have been saying he's her long-lost son, or could have just pretended to be a relative, and she just, thought she recognized him, and he just, that's, you don't do that. You don't take advantage of people, especially an elderly person who's about to die, because you want her, close to $3 million inheritance. And that's another example of what we call an entitled officer. But if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for being here. I love each and every one of you. I hope you're doing much better than this guy. I hope y'all are having a good day, good evening, whatever time you're in right now. I hope you enjoyed the video. And again, hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the notification. And until the next time, stay wild.